How do you feel overall?
Well, frustrated after a game. You know, we're here to win hockey games, and so we didn't get that accomplished tonight. Weren't able to do that, so it's always frustrating when you lose. Almost the same tune as last night. There was, I mean, from a defensive standpoint, I didn't like. There was a couple chances in the third period that I just didn't like. I don't like the goal. We had everybody back. We had people in place, and we didn't defend it very well. And you know, there's probably two others that weren't great, but from a defensive standpoint, I mean, it was tight. It was good, similar to last night. Again, just trying to click on the offense and generate a little bit more, create a little bit more. The pipe 3 times tonight on the power play, that gets a little frustrating, so frustrated a little bit.
You do get the offense early from Kakko. Thoughts on the goal and thoughts on that line overall tonight?
It was good. I thought the first period was better for us from an offensive standpoint, not just because of the scoreboard, but it still wasn't a lot. The chances were extremely low. It might have been 2-1, you know, for us. And so, from a standpoint of that, I thought we had more of just a north attack. We were defending harder, a little bit too much east-west in the second period. In general, I'd like to take it more down the ice as opposed to across the ice. And so I think that's something that we can continue to work at and talk about in the offensive zone, off the rush, just playing a bit more north.
I know you probably haven't worked on the penalty kill as much as maybe some of the other systems that you put in, but you know, a couple of power play goals on the last 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, is there work to be done there?
Yeah, there is. There's work to be done on everything. I mean, from I mentioned the 5-on-5 in the offense and having to crank that up. And you're right, the first part of camp, you're focused an awful lot on the 5-on-5 play and not as much on the power play and penalty kill. And I do think the power play gets a little bit of an advantage. Like I said, it hit the post a few times tonight and it didn't drop for us. But these guys have been together, so there's a little bit more rhythm. Where the penalty kill, it's a little bit new and a little bit different, and so they're figuring that out. But you know, we still have. We'll look at the game tonight, and then from there take it into practice and work on it every day.
Something you talked about is better starts to the games. How did you feel about tonight's start?
I thought the start was good. Defensively, I thought it was excellent. Offensively, I thought we needed more.
You said you expected a learning curve at the start of training camp. How beneficial do you think this extra week is going to be to work more on?
You know, there's positives to take from it. Like I said, again, I think that defensively there was a lot of good things that happened in the last 2 games. But then offensively, there's still time to keep pushing and establish that identity in the offensive zone. For me, it hasn't been something that you're just noticing all the time where we're in there and we're pounding them down in the offensive zone. That's not there yet. We need to get there.
You said before the game that you still had roster decisions to make. I'm wondering what your thought is on the 2 young kids. You know, how well they played in the preseason, Cooley and all.
Yeah, I thought they've had. I mean, they're different players. I thought they've had good training camps, but different players, and so you know now we talk about where the roster is going to go and our status with our lineup and the players that are still at camp, and then make decisions from there.